Hey guys, what was my story time? Oh, okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, for starters, y'all need to see my nails, okay? Okay. Let me show you guys my nails. They are fire AF. If you guys are following this charm, y'all, this charm already fell off. If you guys are following my Instagram, then you guys have already seen these nails, but y'all tell me that these nails are not fire. And it's crazy. It's crazy because every time I get duck nails, somebody in the comment section be roasting me, talking about your nails are ugly as fuck. I be like, damn, what the hell duck nails did to y'all? Like, why do you feel like duck nails are ugly? I don't care what none of y'all say. I love me some duck nails, okay? I like my duck nails. I personally feel like I don't have them. My duck nails, when I go, because a lot of people be DMing me asking me like why my duck nails look a little different. My duck nails are just a little bit more narrow than the average duck nails. So when you go to the shop and they do your nails and you want to get duck nails, tell them to, you know, narrow it out more so it can look, yeah. But that's not why we here. I don't know. That's not why we here. We here to hear a story time, baby. So let's get straight into it. If you have not been watching these past videos to this series, I'm gonna leave all the videos of her down below. I'm gonna go ahead and basically finish out the Stacy series. I completely forgot about like finishing the story. It's like it will come to my head, then it will leave. It will come to my head and it will leave. Yeah, we just about to finish it. So if you are new to the channel or if you did not watch the Stacy series, everything gonna be in the description box down below. So go ahead and check that out. But boom. So the last thing that I left off, let me refresh you guys' memory, is that Stacy basically let these people in the store come inside the store and basically steal so much money worth of perfume because she was in the back. She remember I told you guys Stacy used to go to the back and basically be on the phone with her boyfriend literally my whole shift. So let's fast forward, right? Okay, so like, you know, a couple of weeks now, Stacy's back. Remember I told you guys they gave her paid time off. They gave her a couple of weeks to get her mental together. So Stacy's back now. And remember I told you guys before I finished off that last video, I told you guys, even though Stacy is back, Stacy has gotten a little bit better with the way she's working. So she doesn't close with me, but I am working with her and I'm beginning to see like, you know, she has improved more. She keeps her headset on her damn ears. I don't understand why Stacy could not keep her headset on her ears to begin with. Like, if you want to go to the back and talk to your boyfriend, cool, go do that. But to really be the manager of the store and the only manager on duty and decide that you finna take your headset out your ears and your cashiers are calling you over and over again and you're not answering because you don't have your headset in your ear is like crazy to me, right? But she started keeping her headset in her ear and she would come as soon as we call her. She was helping customers around the store. She never went to the break room. Like, she got better, right? But y'all know, y'all already know, like, you guys already know where this is going. Somebody that acts the way like Stacy acts, that shit is in them, not on them. Throughout when the weeks went by, I could see she was kind of going back to her ways, right? Yes, she would still have the headset in her ear, but Stacy will basically have the headset in her ear and ignore us. Y'all, this lady would have the headset in her ear and ignore us. There would be time, like I could physically see her in the store rolling her big bug eyes when some girls would be calling her and she'll ignore them. And she'll ignore them. And when she would finally get to the front after these girls calling her like 5, 6, 7 times, she'll be like, oh, I didn't even hear you. I'm looking like, girl, you heard them. Baby, she ain't never did that to me. She ain't never did no shit like that to me where I'm calling her and she rolling her eyes. But Stacy used to ignore me too. But like, this is another thing that Stacy started doing. So let me tell, okay. So when you guys go to Sephora or Ulta, there are some people, I don't know, if you guys peep this, then I'm gonna let you guys know a little little secret about Sephora and Ulta girlies. So there are people that work at the actual Ulta, and then there are people who work for the vendors of that store, if you guys do not know that. So there are people that can come into the Ulta for today, but the products that they're supposed to be selling is a Urban Decay or a Too Faced. That's why sometimes when you walk in an Ulta or a Sephora and you ask for a specific item, sometimes if you see that person jot straight to that item and try to sell you everything from that brand, they do not work for the actual store, they work for that brand. This lady Stacy started making friends with the brand people who were not working at the actual store, and she will literally be talking to the brand people the whole entire day. And I would just be looking at her like, Stacy, the brand people, they making their commission. They're making their commission, because you know, at the end of the day, I'm a cashier. So like, we could kind of tell like which brands is hitting that hoe. Y'all already know, like, you know, the more you buy, like these brand people are commission based. I'm seeing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 products from this one boy that just clocked in. But you not being a good manager, you're slipping. You're here having long conversations. Literally, y'all will be calling her. She will be ignoring us. Like, she'll be laughing. I'm like, ain't shit funny. Like, then we got customers looking at us any type of way, because you know, customers are impatient. It was just getting like, right? So I was like, Stacy going back to her own ways. She going back to her own ways. Now at this time, Stacy was going back to the break room. Remember I told you guys she used to go to the break room and talk on the phone with her boyfriend. Now she was doing that again, but she was not calling her man. What she started doing was going to the back and texting him. You know, some people like, hi girl, how you know? Cause every time I would go back there, like let's say I'm going on break or something like that, every time I would go back there, I'll be seeing her like texting him or whatnot. And then the managers would be calling her like, Stacy, where are you? Stacy, where are you? And I'll just be looking like, oh my god, she's going back to her regular self, right? Now at this time, at this period in time, Stacy had not closed anymore. Like the managers wanted to like retrain her all over again. And that's why I say there's two things that's a fact and not an opinion in this life: pretty privilege and white privilege, bro. Because if any of my other managers did what Stacy did, they would get fired. There would not be no, oh, we need to retrain her. Like, retrain her on what? This is common sense. She knew that if she sat her ass in the back and there was no manager on the floor, there's a better chance of us getting robbed. What are we retraining her on? And it was just frustrating. So they basically retrained her so she wasn't closing at the time, but she basically came up to me and she was like, hi Irene. And I was like, hey. And she was like, girl, guess what? I was like, what? She was like, I'm gonna be closing again. Y'all, when she said that, I was like, really? Like, I didn't even show no excitement. And the reason why she came to tell me that is because for the most part, when I used to work at Ulta, I used to close. I used to hate it. I used to try to figure out a way to get out of it, but I used to close. Like, they always had me on the 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift, or 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 10. Like, they always had me on the closing shift. So basically, she knew that I was the closer for their shift, so she came to tell me. I'm looking like, woo, like, I'm not happy, because you already slacking when other managers are here. So only God knows how you finna act when it's just you closing. So she's like, yeah. She's like, so get ready. In my head, I'm like, to do what? Get robbed again? Bitch, ever since you've been the day shift manager or the morning shift manager, hey, we ain't been getting robbed as much. Bitch, I don't want to get robbed again. I don't want them to cut our hours. You telling me to get ready like I'm supposed to put on clothes. Like, I'm not happy about you being the closet manager. I don't know why you think this is a cute moment for me and you. I didn't even say nothing. I just let her have it, right? I did tell this story time about a year ago. You guys got to just go look for it. Basically, it was a customer that went off on my coworker and some shit happened, right? Now, let me refresh y'all's memory in that story. Within the customer going off on my coworker, Stacy. Stacy was the manager that was on duty.
Fire that up. Not on duty. Not on duty.
Stacy was the manager that was on duty that day. Mind you guys, Stacy was the only manager at the store. So it's not as if Stacy was the only manager on duty while the other manager had a, like, you know, I don't know about you guys, but at Ulta or like the stores I work on, you know, there will be a manager on the floor while there's a manager in the break room. No, Stacy was the only manager in the store. What was Stacy doing that day, y'all? Laughing it up with the brand people. She's in the front of the store doing that. Like in the front of the store doing that. Yes! Yes! And another thing, like literally, like I don't know whether Stacy was trying to relieve her teenage dream, but like I just don't even understand what Stacy was doing over there. Like she was just doing a lot, like, and I just was watching her throughout the day because it was annoying. And I know some people about to be like, why is what she doing got to do with you? It has a lot to do with me because of her sitting over there with the brand people, laughing, chopping it up. We calling her on the headset. This lady is ignoring us. Y'all know we need the managers for authorization. We need the managers, you know, if in case a customer get out of hand, in case a customer has a complaint. And she's literally ignoring us, y'all, to chop it up with the brand people. And at that moment, it just infuriated me so badly. You guys have to go watch the story time with my coworker and the customer that almost got into a fist fight. But in that video, the situation escalated and got out of hand, and I feel like Stacy, it was because of Stacy. Before the customer tried to fight my coworker, we were calling Stacy, like, Stacy, come on, there's an issue up here, Stacy, we need you. Mind you, we could see her from across the room, but the store, like, it's Saturday, store packed, like we can't get out of the line to go get her, you know what I mean? So we're like, Stacy, like, you know, Stacy, you need to come. It's not just me calling her, it's my other coworker calling Stacy, because we can see that it's getting out of hand. The customers can see that it's getting out of hand. The customer actually swung at my coworker. When the customer swung at my coworker, that's when I was just like, hey, F this type shit. I screamed her name. I was like, Stacy, we need you. Like, I screamed her name so loud to the point where she turned around real quick, like people in the store heard me type shit. So she was like, what's going on? And I was like, we need you, come up now. So when she came, it kind of de-escalated the situation because Stacy got in between my coworker and the girl. And like Stacy was like, what's going on? What happened? What happened? She was able to de-escalate it. The customer ended up leaving, right? She's like, what happened? And she's asking the girl, my coworker who almost got into the fight. Coworker almost got into a fight. She don't want to tell you what happened. So I told her what happened. And then at the very end of me telling her what happened, I said, and we were calling you on the headset over and over again, and you was sitting up there laughing with the brand people. You was sitting up there laughing with the brand people. Like, is your headset on? Like, is your headset on? Bro, I had that much pressure for her because it's like, now you starting to irritate me type shit. Like, you doing too much, bro. You the manager, bro. If you didn't want to be the manager, then you should have never selected this role type shit. It's like Stacy wanted the pay of being a manager but didn't really want to be a manager. I made that comment. I do not remember what she said to me. Actually, I do remember what she said to me. When I made that comment, she was like, I mean, I came up, so that's all that matters. And I know some people that's watching me is like, ew, that girl's weird. Like, she's a weirdo. I'm sorry, y'all, but like, that shit pissed me off. Like, first of all, Stacy, who you getting buck at, baby? Like, Stacy, I like you and all. Because remember, I want to make sure, like, to remind you guys this. Even though Stacy got on my nerves, she was a pretty cool manager. Like, she was very laid back. She let you do whatever type shit. So, you know, and she always took your side. Like, if a customer complained about you, she don't take the customer side. Like, she was dysfunctional. But like, Stacy was a bad manager, which made it irritated to work shifts with her. You get what I mean? But I still liked her. But in that moment, I really was like, Stacy, like, you really about to make me dislike you on a personal level now outside the job because you a weirdo type shit. Like, don't catch attitudes with me because of your fault. Like, like, if a manager was on duty and seeing what you did right now, you would get fired or at the very least written up. Because how can you be forming a circle with the brand people while my coworker and a crazy ass customer are about to go head to head with each other? We're calling you to come and de-escalate the situation. You come last minute. They almost fight each other. Everybody's watching, like you, and then when I tell you about yourself, you catch an attitude. Like at that point I was just like, I'm tired of her. As the weeks went on, she starts closing. Brace yourself, y'all. She starts closing. I'm not gonna lie, in the very beginning, Stacey was doing pretty good. She was doing good at keeping up with everything. She was doing good with keeping up with the cash wrap. She was very good. Like, she was good with like pretty much everything, and the closing was pretty good, right? And she was the only manager closing. When Stacey would close, she will always be the only manager closing. No other manager will be closing, right? The weeks went on. Stacey kind of started slowing down a bit. She started taking off her headset again, y'all. Stacey started taking off her head. I'm like, bro, like, this shit is annoying. I got customers in the front catching attitudes with me because she's taking 10 years to come up to the front. I'm the only cashier on duty and she's the only manager on duty. I cannot leave the cash register to go to the back to talk to her because that's violation of like what being a cashier is at Ulta. You can't leave the cash wrap, especially if you're the only cashier at the register. It was so frustrating because I just started leaving, like, and I remember I told you guys that in the last story time, but it started happening again. Like, I just started leaving the cash wrap and going to the break room to get her, because if you're gonna go to the break room and you're gonna take off your headset and get on the phone with your man, and y'all, not only will Stacey be getting on the phone with her man, she'll be arguing with him. Like, before you even open the break room door, you can hear her going back and forth and yelling with him. Well, bro, like, why are you arguing with your man at work? I understand that men can be very annoying. You know, I understand that sometimes when you fight it with your spouse, you can't wait. Like, you can't wait on it. But like, why are you on your phone to know that your man did something to make that will make you want to argue type shit? Like, you're a manager, bro. So I will go back there. I don't care about no rules. I'm gonna go back there. And she would catch attitudes again. Okay, if you do not want me to keep going back there, then you need to get on your headset. She'll be like, Irene, can I talk to you? I'm like, what? Because I already know, like, she coming to talk to me about something that I don't really want to hear, pretty much. And she's like, you know, the rules of a cashier is that you cannot go to the back if you're the only cashier at the register. You know what I told her, y'all? I said, and the rules of the manager is that they're supposed to have their headset on at all times, especially if they're the only manager on duty. And I said it just like that, y'all, with that type of sass, with her accent. I talk just like her. Just like, I don't know if you guys remember that that clip of the Claremont twins for Bad Girls Club when the twins were fighting with that white girl that had that country accent, and she was like, "Is that doo-doo?" And then the twins was like, "Daddy." They talked like how the white girl talked. I'm gonna put the clip.
You can put as much makeup as you want. You still look like. Oh, that just hurts so bad. Oh, I hope so. Is it a doo-doo mask? Bitch, shut up.
But that's basically the type of energy I gave her back. I had sass. I was talking just like her with her accent and all. And she did not like that, y'all. Like, she did not like that. She did not care for that at all. So me and her started having a little bit of like a little tug of war with each other. We would get into little like arguments. But like, me and Stacey's arguments were always short. Like, they were always very, very short. She would come up, like, I would tell her something. She would tell me something back. And I'll snap right back at her and she'll walk away. Me and Stacey, even then, when me and Stacey started getting into arguments and disliking each other, I still didn't dislike her. I just was like, Stacey's weird type shit, right? But one day, me and Stacey are closing a shift again, and Stacey does the same shit that she does all the time. She goes to the back and she gets on the phone with her boyfriend. This time, it doesn't really bother me as much because this day is slow. Like, when I say that this day was so slow, this day was extremely slow. Nobody was really coming inside the stores, and the customers that were checking out, they were pretty, like, everything was just flowing good this day, y'all. Like, the customers that were checking out were easygoing. I wasn't having to do returns. I didn't have no customers complaining about prices. I didn't have no customers asking for coupon deals that I had to get a manager to approve. Like, I didn't have no customer. I just had easygoing customers, right? Even though Stacy was in the back on the phone with her boyfriend, I didn't really care as much because the customers were easy and it was extremely slow this day, right? So I think I worked like a 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift, right? Let's say around, and it was like on a Friday. I remember it was like on a Friday. So I'm gonna say around like 7, 8-ish or whatnot, these girls walked in. Yeah, I know where this story going. These girls walked in. They just started looking very suspicious. Now, I'm gonna say give or take, there's like 5 customers in the store. So at this point in time, I'm looking at the cameras because it's like a group of 4 of them. They come in and they disperse throughout the store. They all go, like, they separate. It's like, I don't know. I feel like me, like, I don't know about you guys, but when they did that, my instincts automatically went off to they're trying to steal. Because how can you come into the store with your girlfriends and all of y'all just disperse without saying bye or, oh, I like this item, or they just disperse. So I started getting on the headset and I was like, hey, Stacy, I think you need to come and assist these girls. They're all over the store. They look suspicious. No answer. Because why? Because Stacy took off her headset. End up calling, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, hey, Stacy, but mind you, I cannot leave the cash wrap to go get her because I'm actually helping customers and I'm actually checking customers out. So I couldn't leave like how I usually do to go to the back and get her. At this point, it just was a matter of me saying, hey, Stacy, over and over again, and hoping that she finally decided to put her headset in, but did she? No. So lo and behold, you guys already know what I'm about to tell you. These girls ransacked the store. Now, y'all know Ulta got a lot of products, so we're not gonna sit up here and act like these girls took everything now, baby. These girls ain't take everything now. But they didn't ransack the store. They didn't took so much shit. They took perfumes. They took makeup. They took it all, y'all. Like, they was just throwing shit in the bag, throwing shit in the bag. It was a whole ruckus. I was like, the customers were like, there were customers in the store at this time. Customers were like, oh my God, like clutching their purse. Bitch, I didn't even have a purse, but bitch, I wanted to clutch their purse too. Bitch, I said, oh. So at this point, y'all, it's just crazy. And I just knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. So when it happened, I was so calm. Like, I wasn't shocked. I was like, when I tell y'all I was so calm, I literally was looking at all 4 of them like this. I didn't care because I was just looking like, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am not going to lie to y'all. In that moment, I said, if Stacy don't get fired, I'm gonna make sure she do. Like, I just felt like that in that moment. Now, as time went on and I thought about it later on, I didn't stand on business because I don't know if you guys remember the story time with Zebra, but you guys remember in that story time, Stacy had an opportunity to low-key get B fired and she didn't take it. So I didn't want to, like, you know, I didn't want her to get fired. I just did not want her to be my closing manager anymore. Like, I just was so sick and tired of closing with her. So at this point in time, they ransacked the store. The customers are like scared. I end up running to the back to get Stacy. Stacy ends up running to the front. Stacy comes to the front. She's like, cause like them girls effed up the perfume area. Like, you know how when you walk inside Ulta, they have like figures, like stand figures and stuff. They didn't messed it up. Like, there's other perfumes that are fall on the ground. It's crazy, right? So she's like, I'm just looking at her like this. She's like, I'm like, she's like, I'm like, bitch, stop with the damn theatrics, okay? Stop with the goddamn theatrics. I'm tired of your ass. You gonna get fired. So at this point, she starts asking me questions about who was it, how did they look, da da da. I'm just saying, I don't know. Y'all, I'm being so defiant at this point. I don't want to talk to her. She's like, how did they look? I don't know. You didn't see them? I don't know. Irene? I don't know. Hey? I don't know. Like, I'm not answering none of your questions. Move around type shit. Figure it out. Because I want you to tell the manager what happened. I want you to tell the manager what happened because you was on the floor, right? So I'm being very dismissive. I'm not telling her nothing. I don't care. I'm like, this lady needs to get fired. So she ends up calling the police. The police come. They take a report. You know, the customers, they end up checking out. And, you know, at this point in time, the store ends up closing and I go home, right? So the next day I clock into work, and when I get to work, I get to the back. I'm the only one in the back as a regular cashier. Stacy's in the office with my manager. Now, you guys remember Billy, the one who got caught stealing, my GM. She's in the office with Billy, and she's basically crying hysterically. Now, you guys, I do not know whether Billy and Stacy did not hear me, because a lot of the times when managers would have meetings with each other and, like, you know, other people would come in the break room, they would close that door. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how y'all store is, but we have a break room and then we have an office for the managers. They would close the door because they don't want us to hear their conversation. And when they close that door, you can't really hear nothing in there. It's like a soundproof door, right? And they usually did that, but I don't know if because Stacy was crying so loud, he didn't hear me come to the back, but he didn't close the door. So basically Stacy was crying, and she was basically saying that she does not feel like she should get fired for this, that she feels like she tried her best, that she was going through something at the time, that she was asking her boyfriend to bring her medications up to the store because she forgot to take her medication. And basically Billy was just telling her, well, even if that's the case, from what we're looking at on the cameras, you was in the back for like an hour. Like, it don't take an hour to tell your man to bring meds up to the store type shit. What were you doing in the break room for an hour? And then why is your headset off? Literally see her. The camera is like where people used to sit at to eat in the break room will be a camera right above us. You literally see her headset just sitting right there. Headset off, and she on the phone, and she eating chips. Like, what are you doing? That don't look like somebody that's asking their man to come and bring meds to the store. And she's trying to explain to him as to what else she was asking for, and that they got into an argument because he didn't want to bring the meds. And she was just basically just trying to like talk her way out of it. She was crying and she was saying, please, Billy, don't do this to me. Please do not fire me. Baby, I'm in the break room. I'm like, bitch, I'm messy. I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm like, shit, I should have got some popcorn before I clocked in, bitch. This is tea type shit. So, you know, they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Y'all. I guess Stacy found out that Billy was, I'm standing on business. He's standing on business. I guess Stacy found out that Billy was standing on business. Because it don't matter what Stacy told Billy, Billy was not going for it. So once Stacy found out that Billy was standing on business, she wiped her tears. This lady, it's like she automatically stopped crying on cue. Like, she went from, please, please, please don't fire me. Please, I'm a star. To, anyways. Hey, y'all, I do want to emphasize through this video, I had some boogers in my nose. Don't even mind that. While I made this video, I was having allergies, so I kept sniffling, I kept cleaning my nose, but it just kept, you know, doing its own thing. And honestly, I ain't about to delete a video just because I have boogers in my nose. I ain't gonna hold y'all. So if you guys see that, I'm sorry, but yeah. This girl opened up her dirty mouth to tell Billy. Anyways, I was tired of this place, so you know, I was just crying. You know, that was my last little efforts. I didn't really care about this job in the first place. See you later. When I tell you, I grabbed my headset and ran out the break room. Because after she said that to him, I could hear her like collecting her items. And I just did not want them to see me in the break room. I did not want them to see me. And even when I closed the door, like I closed the door so softly, like so they couldn't hear nobody close the door. And I was just like, nah, bro. Like this is a different type. This lady is crazy. And do you guys remember from the very beginning of this series, when I introduced Stacy, I told you guys that she was a nice lady, but something about her was off. Now you guys, y'all let me know, was I right? Like was I being judgmental, or was I right from everything that I done told you guys? Something about this lady was off. Something about Stacy was just off, bro. Like it was just weird. And basically she grabbed all her items, she grabbed her bag, she grabbed all her belongings, and she walked her ass right out the store. Now Billy was trying to do like the checkout with her. Billy was trying to do the checkout. She did not care to do no checkout. Like she walked out the store, and we ain't never seen, heard anything. I've never seen Stacy after that. It's like she went into thin air. She never shot there after that, and boom, that's the end of Stacy. That's the end of the Stacy series. The only thing that I would say about Stacy is that she had my back when Zebra tried to get me fired. She had my back, so I'll give her that. But other than that, Stacy was a nut job, y'all. Like Stacy was a nut job. She just was not a good manager. She would have been good as like a cashier or something. What I will say is that working shifts with Stacy was kind of easy shit. Because she was a shitty manager, she didn't really require us to do much. Bro, there used to be times before, let me say this before I close this video out. Y'all, there used to be times where when you're a closer, you have to do all the go back. So all the items that the customers decide that they don't want, that they, you know, you put in the back of the behind you, you have to put them all back on the floor. Do y'all not know that we used to get off at 10. Do y'all not know that every time 10 p.m. would hit? This is another thing Stacy would do. And I know some of y'all are like, oh my God, why does she keep forgetting stuff? Because like stuff is just, as I keep thinking of her, things are just coming to my head. Another thing Stacy would do is that, let's say it's 6 p.m., right? The store at Ulta used to close at 9. Stacy would start shutting down registers at 6. Stacy will shut down, like, let's say that the cash wrap has 5 registers. Stacy will shut down all 4 registers and just keep that one cashier there. So whatever that one cashier that's that what you would call it is there, that's it. So basically all the other 4 registers nobody can use, and the stores will be packed out, and I'll be in the front struggling. And the lines will be long. Customers will be saying, can you get another cashier? We can't. Ain't no money in the drawer. Like this lady then shut down all the other cash registers so we can leave early. That's literally the only reason why she would do that. She'll say, yeah, because we're leaving early tonight. She'll say. So let me go back to what I'm about to say into that, right? So Stacy did not give a damn. If I did not do the go backs, Stacy would tell me to put it back in the front and let's go home. Like Stacy was a bad manager, y'all. Like, and I want some of you guys in the comment section that is listening to this story, I want some of you guys to really comment down below if you guys understand why it was like a bittersweet relationship with me and Stacy, because I felt like she was a beneficial manager, but she wasn't at the same time, if you get what I mean. Because I used to love leaving early, but then in the morning, let's say my friends would hit me up and be like, oh, Irene, did you close yesterday? And I'm like, yeah, I closed yesterday. And they'd be like, oh, they was talking about you. And I'm like, why? Like, you know what I do? And then they'd be like, oh, they said you didn't do your go backs. And I'm like, y'all, Stacy telling me, Irene, whoever come in the morning can do the go backs, go grab your bags, let's go home. What am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to say, no, Stacy, no? Like, what am I supposed to do type shit? Like, baby, I'm going home because, bitch, I want to go home to begin with. So what am I supposed to do? Like, and it will be early. Well, our shift will be over at 10. She'll be saying at 9:20, come on, Irene, let's go home. When we can use that 40 other minutes for me to do the go backs. Like, What? Like, so they started getting mad at me, and I told them that, and I even told the managers that too. I didn't care. I threw her under the bus. Yes, I did. I was like, bro, we're leaving early. I said, check the clock, check the cameras. We're leaving early as hell. How am I supposed to do the go backs if she's telling me at 9:20, let's go? What are you saying? And once I told them that, they understood what I was saying. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time about Stacy. Honestly, I wonder how she's doing, and I wonder if she's okay, and she's doing good, is she healthy? And I wonder, do she still date that boy? Do she still date that little boy? Because her and that boy, their relationship was toxic from what I used to hear. Like, they just used to argue. Like, even through text messages. Sometimes I'll go to the back and she'll be in her phone like this. I'm like, oh no. And when I would go behind her, it's her man. She's arguing with her man. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're weird. So yeah, y'all let me know how y'all felt about this series, and I love you guys so much. Also, y'all need to double check and make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Let's get to 50K or whatnot. And also, before I go, if you guys are not following my social medias, be sure to follow it down below. Love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye y'all.